Hello, welcome, Mark here, and in this episode we're going to take a look at the stocking stitch. Now, as you can see, this is a knit side, if you familiarise yourself with a knit side, and it also has a purl side. So this is a 2-row repeat pattern. It has no multiples, so you don't need to worry about counting your stitches too much. The only trouble is the stocking stitch is a little bit naughty. It likes to curl on you, and if you're making fabric pieces of stocking stitch to sew together, then you don't need to add a border around them, because they'll tidy up as time goes on as you sew them together and block the item. But for purpose of making a tension square or checking your gauge, you'd add a border to this to help it to lay flat. Yeah. So you might need a couple of extra things. You may need some stitch markers. I'm just looking for them now. There you go. I already got them out ready, and then I've lost them. There we are. You may need a couple of stitch markers. You don't really have to have them if you don't want them, but they're just there to help, just in case. So I think that's enough dribble about that one. Let's get crafting. So here we are. I'm already ready. I have the stitches already added on to this, plus 6 extra for the border. So with this being Aran yarn, it recommends 18 stitches on 5mm needles. So you've got the 18 stitches plus 6 more, which gives me 24 stitches. And I'm ready now to start working the pattern for the stocking stitch. So I'm chucking the needle everywhere now. I'm all thumbs. So what you do is you knit your first 3 stitches and place your marker. That's your first marker. Oops, it flew off. Look at that. It's alive. Come back here. And then you purl along the row till you have 3 stitches left, and then you will place your second marker. Now you don't have to have markers if you don't want them. You could always make a loop with some scrap yarn if you don't have them, or if you know that, you know what, I know when I'm going to get to the last 3 stitches, I won't need them as a reminder. That's entirely up to you. So there you go, got 3 stitches left. Take the yarn to the front, to the back should I say, place your stitch marker and then knit those last 3 stitches. And that of course is a wrong side row. The right side row would then be just knit all the way along. Slip your marker and just continue knitting. The markers are only there really for the wrong side row to remind you that you need to swap from purl to knit or knit to purl. That is all they do. So row 1, this is a right side row, is all knit all the way along. You get to your stitch marker, just slide it over. Oops, did you even catch the stitch there? There you go, and that is the right side row. And again, need to be, so you know you understand everything. So then a wrong side row would start with your knit 3, because you're creating a garter stitch border, so every row on those is knit. Oops, before I slip it, bring the yarn forward, slip the marker and then knit. And also, with this being Allen yarn, the row count needs to be 26. So I would do this for 26 rows. Take the yarn to the back, pass the marker, and then knit the last 3. And there you are. And you'll already start seeing the pattern working there. You can see the stockinette there surrounded by the garter. So that is it for that. Leave you to work that up, but it's how many rows you do. If it's a different size yarn, of course it'll be a different size amount of rows, should I say, and a different number of stitches. But you would work them up till you get to the size it requires. And there. When you get to the size you need it, this is now 18 stitches wide. That's just counting the stocking stitches, and then I have 26 rows going up here. And then what you do then is return from that back to this, doing the garter stitch. And this is when you can also get rid of your stitch markers if you use them. So you would start with all right side rows, is knit them all, just drop that, and you throw away from me there, and then just continue, because you don't need them now. You won't need the stitch markers now to remind you there's a little bit of a change you need to do. And you would just knit to the second marker, of course, so you can drop it off. I've got them all scrunched up, look at that, spread them out a little bit. And then you get to the second marker, tear that off, and then finish the row. And then do about 3 or 4 rows of garter stitch. So you would turn your work and knit, and then turn your work and knit, and then casting off as well. That would then make it so much easier for counting your tension, and that's all we want to do when we're starting out in yarn crafting. You'd want to check your tension and do it often and regular, because the more you practice doing these squares, the better your tension will get. Like everything, the more you practice, the better you get at it. And that is it. So then you would just turn and carry on knitting to get your garter border. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time here on Marks Makes, thank you for watching. Bye bye.